Yo, what's going on? Hey, listen, pay attention. I'm doing this for a particular reason, so check me out. Do the word, man. Hey, do the robot. Hey, take a look at me. What you see? What do you see? Yeah. P365 6 hour with the extra magazine. Look at that. You see anything? Now just think about that. Think about that. When you're out and about, how many people are concealing a weapon? Legally or illegal? We live in some dangerous times, y'all. Let's go. Yo, what's up? So, listen, I want to say this, before I begin, I want to tell you all for some of those that think that I was trying to scare you all, that wasn't, the case, in the very beginning of this video. I just want to, show you all a harsh reality, to life, that it's people that look like me, that you wouldn't really think that's carrying, let alone concealing a weapon. You know what I mean? But it's true. It's true. I carry my firearm everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? And there are tons of people that look like me and look, have even more softer features than I do. That look, what is it? How can I put it? You know what I'm saying? Like approachable. Like look really, really friendly, but they get down like that. You know what I'm saying? In other words, what I'm trying to say that, if you don't have a firearm, it's an urgency right now, especially if you're living in big cities like Charlotte, Atlanta, New York City, Chicago, definitely Chicago, Houston, Dallas, Miami, Tampa, Orlando, Los Angeles, the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? It is wise for you to go through the legal procedures in order to have a firearm. You know what I'm saying? And be in a situation where you can conceal and carry like I do every day. You understand? Because times is getting hard. For real, pause. Straight up. Especially in Charlotte. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say these type of incidents of problems or situations go on in every big city, But you have to understand one thing. Charlotte has always had this, it's crime here and there, but for the most part, the crime is becoming more consistent, you know what I'm saying? And also it's getting like, the criminals are becoming like really, really, dumb, and desperate, and it's like, certain crimes are happening, people are being murdered for no particular reason, and here in Charlotte, I'll at least say here in Charlotte, and maybe in Atlanta that you may be used to that type of, mess, or, Houston, the older, bigger cities, but here in Charlotte, we're kind of not used to that, kind of like the incidents are like really, really isolated, but, nowadays, things are happening in and around the city of Charlotte, just this past week, somebody got shot in North Charlotte. Then the next day, somebody got shot in East Charlotte. Just either was today, earlier this morning, or yesterday, I saw it on the news, with his kid, getting off the bus. He gets shot. Boom, right there. Critical condition. You know what I'm saying? So it's not wise for people that work a 9 to 5, or that's entrepreneurs, in other words, that make an honest day pay. All they want to do is just, take care of their friends and family, family and friends. They want to go on a vacation 2 or 3 times out of the year. They have goals, ambitions, and things they want to achieve in life. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair, you know, for a person such as that wants to be positive, wants to do the positive thing, to get caught up, you know, into some negativity. You know, like you may be out and about and you just, you know, you may be just going to McDonald's, for example. I'm giving you this example for a reason. You may just be going to McDonald's, you know, a little late at night, you get a little hungry or whatever, you want a Big Mac, you know what I'm saying, large fries, give me a number 3 supersize. I don't know if they supersize it now, you know, I haven't been to McDonald's in years, you know what I'm saying, but you just want to go there and get you a bite to eat. Next thing you know, you see somebody over there get into an altercation, this man gets shot, he's dead. This really happened. This really happened. This is real talk. Right off East Arrowwood Road, down South Boulevard. They're looking for the person that murdered that man. CMPD, that is. But what if that man, you know what I'm saying, murdered, you know, the dude that murdered the guy? What if he turned around and you were out there and he decided he wanted to take you out because he didn't want to leave no witnesses? What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, you know, a firearm solves all problems. No, that's not what I'm saying. But at least you have a fighting chance. At least you have a fighting chance. I tell all my family members, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Arm yourself. Arm yourself. I remember my grandmother used to go out, you know, on her little walks, you know, after she ate, you know what I'm saying? And she wanted to digest her food and lose a little weight or whatever. She'd go on these brisk walks, right? And she would always take a stick with her. I'm like, yo, if somebody run up on you, what you gonna do? I'm gonna hit them with the stick. What? Let me tell you something. Nowadays, they're gonna hit you with the stick. Literally, like now, no stick. I'm talking about slang for firearm. It's not a game out here, especially for women. Mace ain't cutting it. I've seen plenty of videos out there on YouTube where a police officer used mace and they kept on charging. Matter of fact, at times, bullets don't even cut it. I've seen video footage of police officers putting 3, 4, 5 rounds in a man and he's still charging after that police officer. So it's best that you arm yourself. That's real talk. Because Charlotte ain't getting no better. It really isn't. You know what I'm saying? As more people migrate to the city, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have good people and you're going to have bad people. And that's what people don't understand. Like when a city becomes popular, not only good people move to it, it's bad people too. They trying to look for the next come up. Straight up. Negative people are plotting on positive people at all times. They call us VICs, short for victims. And what I'm here to do is to alarm you, to let you know it's cool. It's cool, yo. It's cool to arm yourself nowadays. I don't understand when it was never cool. Well, I'll say at least in the black community, because every time we think about, you know, firearms or guns, we always think it's illegal. Yo, if it weren't for, this is my word, if it weren't for, now take it heed. Prior to Pretty Ricky putting me on, Pretty Ricky is my friend. Prior to Pretty Ricky putting me on, I did file for my gun permit in Raleigh. And I was supposed to go pick it up. I didn't pick it up. And then when I went to go file again, I got, you know, disapproved, or, you know, they told me I couldn't get it. You know what I'm saying? But Pretty Ricky, he put me on. He was like, yo, you know, go through this, that, so forth in Charlotte. And I went through all of the procedures, and here I am, you know, a gun owner. Straight up. I have several guns. Straight up, and that's real talk. And I put those guns or firearms into every family member's hands. Every one of them. Of my family member. My immediate family. Straight up. It's not one person besides, you know, little babies that don't know how to shoot in the house. Because when you hear a bump at night, right? Maybe I may not be home. Somebody got to hold a fort down. This is the reason why it's wise that not only you, as a man, as a man of the house or the woman of the house, not only you need to know how to shoot, you also need to teach your children. And this is something that we don't do in the black community. Straight up. And I'm not gonna lie, I applaud the Caucasian community. I applaud them. Every time I go to the range, man, they got 5-6-year-old girls, little girls shooting because it's part of their culture. Straight up. And believe it or not, it used to be part of ours, especially in the South. Especially in the South. Just about every family member had a shotgun. And now we so modernized, liberal. We all, for Democrats and shit. This is what we vote for, Democrats. And, you got sleepy Joe Biden consistently trying to take away our guns, our firearms rather. And we want to give the power to the police. It's nothing. Let me tell you something. Police have a hard job as it is. Police have a hard job as it is. That's the first thing. You understand? Just think about this, man. I used to go to the clubs, right, when I was younger. Whenever there used to be a shootout inside the parking lot, we would get in our cars and drive off. As we're getting in our cars and driving off, the police we're leaving the danger. The police officer has to go into it. So I'm not going to sit here and downplay a police officer's job. What I will say is this, though. By the time the police officer gets to your destination to make sure that they're protecting you, the crime that the criminals have committed has already been done. In other words, you need to protect yourself. You need to be your first responder, your own first responder. Straight up. And that's real talk. Man, the nerve of these Democrats, man. I heard Sleepy Joe Biden say that we want to make a law where you can only have 1 or 2 magazines in your house or something, like some crazy shit. And I was like, man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And this is the reason why. I'm not going to say this is, the main reason why, but this is partly the reason why I'm really moving over to the elephants instead of the jackasses. That's real talk. We have to change our minds. We really do. And I'm not trying to call out the black community, but it's just the truth. We copy and we want to do everything the white people do. We want to live in their communities. We want to buy their cars. We want to live like them. With the exception of when it comes to firearm or gun ownership or going to the gun range. Oh, we don't want to do that. No. Which is crazy to me. You have a constitutional right. The Second Amendment states that you have the right to bear arms. Why are you not taking advantage of that? Straight up. That's real talk. Because I'm here to tell you, man, it's crazy out here, man. And I have stories for days of things that have happened in Charlotte that just makes me say, wow, man, it's the Wild Wild West out here. Straight up. It's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, once I get, my money situated and everything, I'm definitely going to get me a bulletproof vest. Straight up. That's real talk. And I used to be on some shit like, with Pretty Ricky. Like, man, God, isn't like having about 10,000 guns enough? But now I understand where he's coming from. Gotta have an arsenal. You gotta have a firearm in every room, under the couch, in the couch, under the bed, behind the pillow, in the kitchen, in the freezer, in the refrigerator. Like, you have to be prepared and on point at all times. Because we're living in some crazy times right about now, man. You know what I'm saying? Prices are going up of food. Rent is going up. Gas prices are going up. And it's getting to the point where people, I'm not going to say getting to the point. We're at the point where like regular people can't afford to eat. Can't afford to pay their rent. And what happens? What happens to those particular type of people? What happens to those particular type of people Well, not all people, you know what I'm saying, go out and take from others, but some do. Some think that that's the solution. Well, if I ain't got it, I'm going to take from someone else. Well, I tell you what, you take from me, it's going to be a problem. And that same problem that they should have with me, they should have with you as well. Straight up. That's real talk. And by all means, I don't go out brandishing my gun, my firearm. I don't pull out. That's not that. If you listen, let me tell you something. If you pull out your firearm, you better be ready to use it. You understand? I'm saying this for a particular reason, because I'm not walking around like I'm show enough. You know what I'm saying? With the ego. No, because I know, you know what I'm saying, the repercussions if I pull out and I'm in the wrong. You know, if you pull out, your life better be threatened. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, you will go to jail. That's real talk. You have to be responsible. You have to be a responsible gun owner. Straight up. That's real talk. If you're not responsible, then there's no use of you getting involved in any type of firearms. None at all. You know, so yeah, man, it's crazy out here. And man, listen, man, I'm telling you, man, that really firearms are not that expensive. You don't have to get the best of the best of the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? You know, my 6 Sauer at the time, I've had my firearm, this specific one, for about 2 years, going on 3. At the time I bought it, was like about $700. But you know how I did it. I'm middle class to shit. You know what I'm saying? I got a Bass Pro Shop credit card, and I put it on my credit card, and then I slowly paid it off, and I'm good. You know, I have other firearms as well. So it's not like man, I ain't got the money to do that. Man, listen, if you got some decent credit or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you want to get a credit card, you know, to pay for the firearm, do that. Get a credit card, pay on it, you know, pay for the firearm, and then make payments on it. But do what you have to do in order to protect your family. It's just that plain and simple. That's real talk. You know, and I have to say this. It's 2 things that I have to like really, really drill in your head. That's 1, gun safety. You understand? Gun safety. Making sure that, you know, you don't, when you purchase that firearm, that you don't have that firearm around any children if it's loaded and one in the chamber. You understand? For safety purposes, you know, I have children, you know what I'm saying? So I don't keep one in the chamber. I keep it loaded, but not like one in the chamber, you know what I'm saying? For safety purposes. And I also put my firearms, you know, where my smaller children can't get to them. Now, when I'm out and about and I have one on me, yes, one is in the chamber ready. You understand? Part of gun safety as well is making sure that the firearm is clean. Like a lot of people think, well, you know, I buy a firearm, I buy some ammunition, and I'm good. Nah, you keep on, you know, going to the range and you firing, you know, you're practicing your aim and all the rest of that stuff. Guess what? That gun gets dirty. That firearm gets dirty. And if you don't clean it, if you don't properly clean it, I ain't talking about soap and water. Nah, you can't do it that way. You understand? So if you don't properly clean it, sooner than later, that firearm is gonna jam. And you better hope it doesn't jam when you need it the most. You see what I'm saying? So it gets, you know, it gets a little bit more deeper than just having a firearm. It really does. You know? And if you're gonna practice dry fire, you know, in the house, make sure that the firearm is not loaded, doesn't have one in the chamber. The magazine, or if you do have the magazine inside the firearm, that it has no ammo in it. You understand? Because, man, little small mistakes can end a person's life. That's real talk. Another thing too is this is crazy. I've seen like professionals do this. Like Pretty Ricky just showed me. He just sent me a link to this video with a police officer, like been on the force for 15 years, is mishandling the firearm. Like he's pointing it everywhere, you know what I'm saying, in people's direction and at his face. And like that's another thing. You never point the firearm unless you are firing at someone that's threatening your life. Other than that, you never point the firearm at anyone. Straight up. Don't point it at your private parts. Don't point it in your face. I've seen rappers do stupid S-H-I-T. I'm trying not to curse. And put it to their head. Like, what? Are you crazy? Real talk. When I was in high school, I had a dude that I was cool with. You know what I'm saying? This dude I was cool with, whatever. We weren't like friends like that. You know what I'm saying? But I was cool with him. I'm not lying. I'm not making this up. This is a real story. Him, the dude I was cool with, it was like 2 or 3 other dudes. They decided they want to play Russian roulette. Spun it around, you know what I'm saying? It was a revolver, spun it around. One bullet was in the joint, spun it around, boom. Each one click, nothing happened. It got to the dude that I knew, he blew his brains out. Firearms are nothing to play with. That's real talk. Straight up. So, being that we living in dangerous times, it's best that you stay dangerous. It's best that you stay on your feet. And part of staying on your feet is once you get that firearm, go to that gun range. Practice. Another thing too that correlates to this: working out, get in that gym. And last but not least, eat healthy. Health is wealth. Eat healthy.
Eat healthy. It's kale and quinoa. Kale and quinoa. Eat healthy. Eat healthy. Eat healthy. Eat healthy.
And I'm telling you, man, it's time for us to make sure that we have our own backs. You understand? I love you all, man. And be on point. Go out there and make sure you have the proper tools in order to protect yourself as well as your family if you have one. Other than that, my name is Langston 2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video.